Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
I'm reaching my dreams with GUT. They're the ones for me. I'm reaching my dreams with GUT. They're the ones for me. Since 1983, they've been serving the country, and we like all their financing, giving the people what they want, what they need, what they love. Come and join the family that's here for you all the way, from birth to graduation, your first job to your home and your car through your golden years.
The GT Credit Union has been actively supporting nation building through its many sponsorships and programs, including financial literacy quiz, Pass the Torch Calypso program, junior cooperatives in secondary schools, CPEA, and the TAMCC grants. The credit union has helped many people make their dreams come true. Let them help you with yours. You don't have to be a teacher to be a member. So what are you waiting for?
GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
This is the GBN television news from Monday, February 15th, 2021. I'm Chrislyn, Lashington. In the headlines, police solve 10-year cold case. We'll tell you who was charged with manslaughter for the death of Beaulieu resident Derek John. Evan Smith's case adjourned to July 26th due to late presentation of case files. Police record 22 vehicular accidents and 1 gun-related incident between Friday and Sunday. A possible showdown between government and Caribbean agro-industries over price increase. Trellona Charles is here with us in studio.
Tonight and around the globe, new quarantine protocols enforced for visitors to the UK, and protests in Myanmar continue. Coming up in sports, we take a look at the Guyana Jaguars versus Jamaica Scorpions and the Trinidad Red Force versus Windward Islands Volcanoes CG Super 50 matches, and the West Indies pull off a historic Test Series win.
Details right after this message.
Get high making money moves with the NLA's new Aces High Scratch game with 4 chances to win. Beat the dealer's card to win the prize shown. Reveal an A symbol. And just like that, you are automatically a winner. Scratch away to win the top prize of $10,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. Finally, after 10 years, there is a breakthrough in the death of Derek John of Beaulieu, St. George, and an arrest made. But while family members are finally seeing some sign of justice, they are not too pleased with the Royal Grenada Police Force. They expressed their feelings to GBN's Chrislyn John. Details in this report.
Andre John has been arrested and charged for the 2011 death of 51-year-old Derek John of Beaulieu, St. George. He was slapped with a charge of manslaughter by negligence on Friday. Andre made his first court appearance on Monday at the St. George's No. 1 Magistrate Court and was placed on $3,000 bail with 2 sureties. GBN spoke with daughter of the deceased, Anika Charles. Charles says they should not have to find out, by the way, that an arrest was made in relation to father's death. She believes they should have been contacted directly as soon as this was done, but this was not the case.
With the way how the police force handled the matter with us, because yes, we know that this happened 10 years ago, since 2010, December 3rd. Nothing came out of it because they didn't find no weapon or no witness or anything. Out of the blues, just weekend, Friday actually, we hear like rumors on the street that, oh, they found the person that killed our father. The thing that really hurt is that since Friday, all they pick up that person. Once you all charge somebody, then all they're supposed to call the family and let us know. Even if after 10 years all they don't have like a contact number for us, we still live the same place. It have means all so you could get us because
She explained that she was a teenager when her father died, however recalls the day he was found.
They found him in Melrose, that's in Boca, lying on the side of the road with a stab wound to the chest. No blood, anything, no weapon wasn't found, just a bun, like bun from the front to the back, pierced through. That's all they found with him.
Charles says what is painful is the fact that the accused lived nearby where the body was found, said nothing for 10 years. According to unconfirmed reports reaching GBN, the accused attempted suicide around the time of his arrest and was taken to the Mungay Psychiatric Hospital for evaluation before being brought to court.
And the thing that hurt us, he lived right next to where they find our father's body, a stone throw right there. He was right there. He'll pick up our garbage and he passed and talked to us every day, like 10 years as normal, and you know you holding that for 10 years that you take our father from us. That's not right. It was like it now happened. Accident happen all the time. You could have just come clear at the time when it happened and just say it was an accident. We don't understand. About 10 years now.
Head of the Community Relations Department, Superintendent Vanny Kerwin, credits the cold case unit for the breakthrough in this case, but did not divulge any details surrounding the arrests. Chrislyn John, GBN News.
It was the unavailability of files that forced the first adjournment of the assault matter involving Evan Smith, Sarah Hatton, and Donald Kavanaugh back in 2020. The hearing set for today, February 15th, 2021, was again hindered, this time due to a late turnover of case files. And this is not balancing well for the Smiths. Here's Chrislyn John with more.
All parties were present for the start of today's hearing at the St. George's No. 1 Court. However, 8 months after the first adjournment, the case between Evan Smith, Sarah Hatton, and Donald Kavanaugh is yet to get off the ground. The defense blames the prosecution for not having the case files ready in time for the commencement of the matter. According to the defense lawyer Arlie Gill, disclosure was only made available on Monday, February 15th, the morning of the second hearing, which did not allow adequate time in which to go through its contents. Smith was allegedly assaulted by an Irish couple in Fort Judy last June. The Kavanaughs were placed on $10,000 bail each. The matter was adjourned to July 26th. Nicole Smith, wife of the complainant Evan Smith, walked away furious at the police stance in the matter. She intends to take her complaint to the Office of the Commissioner of Police. She spoke to the media after today's court appearance.
I'm disappointed. I'm angry again. To hear the nonsense, I'm calling it nonsense. I don't have a better word right now to say what have transpired today again. I'm telling you, I'm calling on the Commissioner to hear such this is a disrespect to us as the Smith family. And every time you go to the court, they are not prepared. It's either the file is not bring to them, it is, like it's just slipping through the crack. And this is not acceptable. It was wrong. And to see that over a year and the police force who was saying that they're representing us, I don't think they're doing the right job, so I think I have to do what I have to do. I will do what I have to do. If the police cannot represent me, and this shows that it brings a bad impact, it shows a bad image of the Royal Grenada Police Force on the whole, and Mr. Commissioner showing a bad impact on you too. And I will be visiting your office. I'm very angry for the nonsense that I have heard inside the court today.
Smith has no legal representation in court on Monday. Mrs. Smith explained why.
So when I asked, I did call the same very inspector concerning for who's representing us really because of what took place the last time. He said there's no need for me to get a lawyer. I said, there's no need to get a lawyer because from the very inception of the incident, I saw that there was nobody came in defendant of us. So I said, I think we need to get a lawyer. He told me there was no need. But based on what I'm seeing here, I need to find a lawyer because they are not in my interest. We're 4 persons, not one, 4 persons. I have never heard about any local Grenadians, whether you're black, white, Portuguese, or what. I've 4 or 5 persons have came on one person of what the message that Sir Arlie Gill was speaking about. I have never heard about that. But we are not speaking about those things. We are speaking about the incident that we went to court for. My husband, he could not have defended himself. Isn't there a voice in Grenada for people who cannot defend themselves?
She says her husband's health has been badly affected by this ordeal.
This case is on him all the time. It's affecting his health. And then to come and sit in court to hear this sort of thing, what do you expect? He's already, come on, for over a year. This is not a big drug deal or a big murder case. Why is it got to be prolonging like this? Why is it? It's either when you go to court, the file is not there, or the defendant lawyer had to travel on a whole bundle of nonsense.
Chrislyn John, GBN News.
The traffic department of the Royal Grenada Police Force recorded more than 20 accidents from Friday to Sunday, which resulted in one individual admitted to the General Hospital in critical condition. More in this report.
Head of the Traffic Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force, Superintendent Randy Connaught, says if it was not for wearing a seatbelt, entertainer Micaiah Williams will be nursing more critical injuries to his body. Williams was involved in a major accident Sunday night, which occurred on the Maurice Bishop Highway, involving another vehicle. The driver of the other vehicle sustained minor injuries and was treated and released from the General Hospital. William is not as fortunate as he is in critical condition. Superintendent Connaught explained the importance of wearing a seatbelt.
We have seen from all of the accidents, those serious ones that I can vividly recall, the drivers and passengers by and large were wearing seatbelts. And if you look at footage that is available on social media concerning that accident last night, you would realize that the gentleman was wearing a seatbelt. Now, his injuries could have been much more severe had he not been wearing a seatbelt. So seatbelts do save lives, and the fact that vehicles are now outfitted with airbags. Last night's accident, I was seeing that most of the airbags were deployed as a result of the impact. But seatbelts do save lives, and they hold you in place, and they prevent you from moving forward upon impact.
According to the ranking officer, the traffic department of the RGPF recorded 22 accidents between Friday to Sunday, of which the last 2 were serious.
At 11 minutes after 9 p.m. last night, the South St. George Police Station received a report of a serious accident along the Maurice Bishop Highway. This accident involved a white Suzuki Baleno and a gray Vitara vehicle. The Baleno vehicle was traveling southbound and the Vitara traveling northbound along the highway. At 25 minutes after 8 p.m. last night, there was another serious accident along the Birch Grove Public Road, and the officers attached to the Birch Grove Police Station responded to that accident. And a total of 5 persons received minor injury, were treated and discharged from hospital. The accident occurred between a blue Toyota Altiza vehicle and a Honda Fit car.
The head of the traffic department is advising drivers to be cautious when driving on the nation's road.
The accident itself, from my personal view, appeared to be one that we really can do without, because it saddens me to see that we have had an accident of this nature last night. One vehicle jumping the median and crashing into the other in the opposite direction. So it's another occasion for us to make that clarion call to motorists to exercise that level of caution, that level of consideration, and to avoid these accidents as best as possible.
The Royal Grenada Police Force last weekend recorded 28 accidents between Saturday and Monday. 27 of the 28 accidents were considered minor, with 1 deemed serious. For GBN News, I am Rina Per reporting.
So unfortunate. We're hoping for a speedy recovery for Micah. Members of the Royal Grenada Police Force are uneasy with the recent increase in gun-related crimes that are surfacing on the island. Over the past 2 weeks, Grenada recorded 2 shooting incidents that left 2 men nursing gunshot wounds at the General Hospital. The most recent case happened on Sunday in Rose Hill, St. Patrick, where Colonel Gibbs, a security officer at the bus terminus in Grenville, St. Andrew, was shot. Head of the Community Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force, Vanny Kerwin, explains.
We are becoming very concerned now that we are seeing a few gun crimes and gun violence, which is from a law enforcement perspective, it's very concerning. Over the weekend, we have had another shooting where a gentleman got shot. We are currently investigating this incident. We have in our possession some items of exhibit that we were able to retrieve from the scene. Our investigation has started. We're hoping to make some inroads into this particular matter.
Cohen is making a clarion call to the general public to help ensure that Grenada does not follow the trend of neighboring countries in having an infestation of gun violence.
How our society becomes, or what our society becomes, depends on all of us. And we have started to see those violent crime, and so we appeal to members of the public to work with law enforcement to ensure that our country doesn't become what other neighboring countries have become over the years. And so we want to partner with anybody who would have information, anybody who can assist us in any of these two shootings. You do not have to give us your name, you do not have to give us any identity. You can just call us and tell us what you know, what you saw, what you heard, and we'll be happy to work with you.
Recommendations to farmers to increase their prices of wholesale chicken and eggs have already been made in response to Caribbean Agro-Industries' go-ahead to increase the cost of animal feed and flour. An indefinite stay on the price increase was reached by the government when Caribbean Agro first announced their increase. However, less than 2 weeks later, via a notice posted within the sales office, ADM Caribbean Agro-Industries advised that the new prices would take effect from today, Monday, February 15th. Jared Joseph has the latest developments.
After a 10-year stay in prices, an increase in the price for local wholesale chicken and eggs is being recommended to members of the Grenada Association of Poultry Producers. The recommended increase takes effect on February 15th, together with Caribbean Agro-Industries' move to forge ahead with price increases in flour and animal feed. President of the association, Jason Phillip, tells GBN that farmers can no longer absorb the cost, with the viability of their businesses under threat.
The final straw that has broken the camel's back at this point has been the increase in feed prices effective this morning by ADM Caribbean Agro-Industries. The association has recommended a moderate price increase for the production and for the wholesale of whole chicken, fresh whole chicken, move from $5.50 per pound to $6.75 per pound. There is also a recommended price increase in the sale of eggs, which moves from $20 EC per tray of 30 to $23 for that same tray of 30 eggs.
He explains that over the last 12 months, the association has had to absorb 100% of the increased cost for transporting day-old chicks from Barbados.
Under the current circumstances, it is not a very feasible one to maintain, and as such, the association had to increase the cost of the day-old chicks being sold to the farmers. So coupled with the now increase in feeds, farmers are now seeing an increase of up to 35% in their actual production cost. And this is something that is not sustainable for a business.
The association president says it boiled down to a business decision to keep farmers' livelihoods afloat, though they understand the repercussions on Grenadians. He says the alternative of importing feed is not viable due to the monopolistic situation Caribbean Agro enjoys, despite the efforts of the association to garner other options via the Ministry of Trade.
So we are still requiring our government to step in, because we need to be able to keep the cost of production for our budding and our growing poultry sector. We need to keep that in check. If we are talking about competition and being able to compete with what is coming into the country on any form of reasonable level, we require the inputs which we use to generate the products that we have to also be priced reasonably. And we do believe that under the current circumstance, Caribbean Agro does have the ability to lower the cost of the feed. We do think that the company can still remain productive and remain profitable with lower prices. But instead of that happening, we're getting the excuses, and we're being told that due to market forces on the purchase of grains, that they have no choice but to increase.
The association had recently announced a state of emergency for the association and the local industry with the cheap importation of poultry meat from Belize. Phillips says the association is yet to receive official notice from the government or Caribbean agro industries about the increase. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Meanwhile, Minister for Trade and Consumer Affairs Alvin Dabrio confirmed to GBN that the government was notified of the Caribbean agro-industry's decision to go ahead with the price increases for flour and animal feed since last week. He says the government met with officials from the company on Friday. Minister Dabrio says he responded to Caribbean Agro, stating that it is not in the best interest of the government or the country to have any form of a price increase. We get details in this report.
Government said it will be immediately seeking alternatives or options as Caribbean Agro Industries rescinds its request for a stay in prices within 2 weeks of the appeal. However, there was no time frame in which these options will become a reality. Though not hinting on what the options would be, Minister for Trade and Consumer Affairs Alvin Dabrio says they will be meeting with the farmer associations affected before giving Caribbean Agro another opportunity to reduce the prices.
If it was a case where that is what the market price is, then we wouldn't have a problem with it. It would be out of our hands. But this is a case where they have full monopoly. We do not import the flour or feed from any place else. So if you have been getting this monopoly now for about 44 years, and we still do not have a vibrant poultry industry, then something is wrong. So we would seriously be looking at, or we want to be able to be self-sufficient on chicken and eggs. And at the same time, our flour prices should be competitive with that of the other islands.
He also responded to the Poultry Association's recommendation to members to increase prices for wholesale meat and eggs.
Well, at this point in time, we would not like to see any form of price increase, because there is not a monopoly on the importation of poultry products. So what you see would happen is that they would have to compete with the imports, which is what we do not want. What we want to see is a vibrant poultry industry. That is our overall objectives, and that's what we would work towards.
Minister Dabrio says the company has failed to meet the requirements of boosting the poultry industry after receiving extremely beneficial concessions. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
This is News at 7. Coming up, opportunity for Grenadian authors at Dubai Expo 2020. Stay with us.
There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. We continue to be here, even when the future seems unclear. Because one thing is certain, you're the reason we care.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Your hard work, talent and creativity, plus Flow, equals more ways to chase your dreams. Flow is connecting all of Grenada, from Point Salines to Hillsborough, with the most reliable connection on the island. So now everyone can work, study, and keep moving forward together. Visit discoverflow.co for more information.
Tropical shipping is fast and reliable. Always on time, safe and affordable. Friendly staff here to connect you. Tropical worldwide, you must get you. Shop online and you get it on time. Hassle free to meet your deadline. Consolidate any size, any load with tropical shipping, so we ship everything. I can't wait to ship with tropical. Can't wait
Local agents George F. Huggins and Company, Grenada Limited. Telephone number 440-8787 or visit our website at www.tropical.com. Email us at grenadasales@tropical.com. Tropical Shipping, committed to island life.
When I need shelter, warmth, security, I know you'll be there. Something in these moments lets me know you care. Maybe the way you shield me, maybe it's your smiles and the way you tell me it's okay to try. Now I'm invincible. I can pack my sack, I can take the long road, 'cause it's okay to look back if I am scared. I know you're there. Arise, together there's no limit to what we can do. Arise, with no wings, fly. Arise, and we're so high, enjoy the view. Arise, look, no wings, fly.
This is Ariza, your financial freedom, your future.
What are you looking for? Top quality copy paper, linen paper, bond paper maybe, or lunch bags, maybe a gift set, or maybe you're just not sure. Then visit us today, K&R Bookstore. We are so much more than your regular bookstore. Visit us at the corner of Scotch and Young Street, or give us a call 420-5307 or 321-3500. K&R Bookstore, convenience, quality, excellent prices.
It leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. We continue to be here even when the future seems unclear. Because one thing is certain. You're the reason we care.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
They appear from time to time, potholes, a common occurrence throughout the country. One begs the question, is the work done to remedy them worthwhile? More in this report.
Some motorists are asking, does the government care how much it costs for vehicle parts? GBN was out on the weekend to get a glimpse of what motorists say are deteriorating road conditions, bringing about wear and tear on their vehicles. Some refer to them as chewing gum or putty patches. Why? Because as soon as the holes are patched, not long after they reopen.
Just the rubbers and the bus is like to buy rubbers often. The road badly need fixing. And now we need fixing on the road urgent.
We're talking about the road truck passing through Montgomery's. Wow. This road damage your vehicle. Tires cannot last on your vehicle, especially buses. Every tires last about a month or so, nothing more. You know, and then you use up more brakes, more fuel. You know, so I think government need to do something on the road, especially on the western side.
This has motorists calling for better roads. As they say, this adds an extra burden on the pockets to replace vehicle parts.
So to St. George's, the road is deplorable, you know. Sometimes we see the patch the road and it don't last long. I don't know if it's because of the mix or because of the quantum of vehicles that on the street, you know, and including trucks. You know, I think that the best piece of road you have is from Perseverance to Brizan there.
Really, not really, because sometimes they patch today and one rain and the holes could return. So you don't really want the while.
Right now the road over the Galentang is very bad. They started to do some work about 2-3 weeks back and they stopped. The real bad place on the Galentang road did not attack us yet. Looking forward for the road to assist us in the road basically to start finishing the paving of the road.
Currently the road condition it's really deplorable. It's bad. And people not really moving as they used to. Sometimes it's really difficult for bus operator, especially those on the west presently, to make a daily living.
Bus driver, however, applauds the efforts made in having the road fixed on the route where he operates.
In the earlies, the road was in a bad condition, right? When as the trucks and things start traveling through the northeast area, when as the road in Molyneux, the road was deteriorating, and it lasted for a couple months. But then I realized, well, right now the government putting in a little effort and they working on the road. It was affecting vehicles in many different ways, parts, wear and tear, everything, The time I put on a part now, by next week, so we had to change it because the holes in them so big, But for now, I realize they're working on it and it's a good thing, Yeah.
Chrislyn John, GBN News.
Many local authors dream of the opportunity to gain international recognition for their creative works. The Dubai Expo 2020 will allow Grenadian authors to contribute to a collection of children's stories that will present Grenada's culture and traditions to the world. More in this report.
After being postponed due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Expo 2020 will now take place in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, for a period of 6 months from October 2021 to March 2022, under the theme Connecting Minds, Creating the Future. Grenadian authors of children's books will get the opportunity to expose their writing to the rest of the world. Authors will tell the stories of Grenadian culture, traditional folktales, and in general, stories that have been passed down through generations. Grenada's theme is Grenada, enhancing its environment through the movement of its people, culture, products, and services. There will be 3 sub-themes: opportunity, mobility, and sustainability. Authors will be able to share their stories with a global audience in an international edition of children's tales from around the world that will be published digitally and in hard copy. This will consist of short stories and folktales from nations across the globe. The stories must be no more than 800 words and suitable for children of diverse cultural backgrounds between the ages of 5 to 12. Authors who are interested in participating must provide a detailed synopsis or full text of the story, along with a completed template. In addition, stories must be in the public domain, free of copyright restrictions, and child-friendly. Local authors are urged to take advantage of this opportunity as Grenada endeavors to bring its storytelling culture to the minds and hearts of the world's younger generations. The closing date for submission of entries is the 22nd of February 2021. The government of Grenada is also coordinating the participation of local exhibitors who will display their goods and services. Trellona, GBN News.
A fantastic opportunity there. A Hermitage St. Patrick resident was arrested and charged on 6 counts each of money laundering and stealing by reason of employment, cash amounting to $130,651.27 from a local pharmacy. Doria Benjamin was charged by officers attached to the Criminal Investigation Department on Friday, the 12th of February 2021. She was granted bail in the amounts of $10,000 and $70,000 and is due to appear at the St. George's Magistrates Court on February 24th, 2021. In an unrelated matter, Emerald Chrislyn, a 35-year-old farmer of Malmont, St. David, was arrested and charged by detectives attached to the Criminal Investigation Department, St. David, on 4 counts of rape committed against a minor. He was granted bail in the amount of $25,000 and is due to appear in court on April 13th, 2021. Christopher Brathwaite, a 40-year-old bus conductor residing at Hope St. Andrew, was also arrested and charged on 4 counts of sexual intercourse with a minor. He was granted bail in the amount of $40,000 with 2 sureties and is scheduled to appear in court on May 10th, 2021. And now we turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media. Trellona Charles has been looking around the platforms.
This is Social Buzz, where we shine a light on the thoughts and concerns of our online audience. The damage done to the Mount Craven and Mount Rodney areas by the sea as a result of the Breakwater project has been a hot topic for weeks. While many Grenadians associate the start of the destruction with the completion of the Breakwater project, Minister for Climate Resilience and the Environment, Simon Steele, made this comment.
The creation of that breakwater was to protect the community at that end of the bay. There is no direct evidence to say that putting that breakwater in has caused the effect higher up. That is unproven, certainly at this stage. What we do know is the entire bay is under threat, and this is a dynamic thing. So actions were taken to protect, for the immediate protection of households, of businesses in that area.
This did not go over well with our online audience, who were quick to give their opinions on the statement. Alistair commented, "All lies. This was the end result of the Breakwater project. Stop the lies, please." Jose added, "When politicians have nothing positive to say, please keep their mouths shut, because that's the most nonsense I have ever heard. The coastal area in Sates was never like that until the Breakwater project came. This minister doesn't know what he's talking about. Plus, no EIA ever happened." Andrea said, "It's unproven. Yeah, you might have a different situation had the EIA been done before said project. Too much cat before the horse." Another individual said, "I speak and understand the same language as Mr. Steele, but I have a hard time believing his sentiments there. Prior to the Breakwater project, has there been any erosion, loss of homes, etc.? What measures have the government taken to protect the homes on the coastline? Some people can't help but lie their way out of everything, rather than take responsibility for failures." That's it for tonight's Social Buzz. If you would like to have your thoughts and concerns shared, be sure to comment on GBN's Facebook page.
From the thought process to the visual impact, let's take a peek through the GBN eyesore lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN eyesore is brought to you by ClearVision.
You know us, but we knew. You feel at home with every visit. An experienced team offering personalized courtier service and trendy brand name lifestyle products. We're changing the vision care landscape one customer at a time. ClearVision Eye Center. People and technology coming together to help you see the world with a clearer vision.
Tonight, our eyesore reporter expressed a disappointment at an unsightly mound of garbage at the Carnage in St. George. Our submission was accompanied with this message, and I quote, "We often hear the claim poor, struggling people are not afforded the chance to make an honest living. But this is how one vendor chose to dispose of refuse after Saturday's sale on the Carnage." End of quote. Tell us ways you think we can keep our surroundings clean when you send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Still ahead, another week of activity planned by the Grenada Union of Teachers as they protest for government to honor its 4% salary increase. This is News at 7.
Imagine your day without having to wait in line, without having to write at every store, without touching the pen everyone else used, having your info exposed to everyone. Sounds great, huh? Well, it's possible. Here is TEDA. With TEDA, you download once, register once, and just scan to check in everywhere. No hassle, no forms, no hold up. Simple and easy. TEDA lets you explore, discover new places, new products, and new experiences. What are you waiting for? Get TEDA for free from your app store today and enjoy contactless convenience.
What's going on, boy? Hey, good old things. Hey, Daisy.
Yeah?
Boy, line boy, your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex, or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016, or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Hills and Valley Pharmacy offers both wholesale and retail pharmaceutical and over-the-counter products. We have the most competitive and affordable prices. We are the agents for Vit Plus multivitamin for healthy everyday lifestyle and Sonatrogene powder. Hills and Valley Pharmacy supplies the best quality, name brand clinical products such as Rescue Oil, Bio Oil, Neutrogena, Aveeno, and Clarisil. We offer the most convenient opening hours. Our telephone numbers are 435-6904 or 6903. Remember, at Hills and Valley Pharmacy, your health is our business. We care.
Now open Hills and Valley Medicare Center, your one-stop for medical supplies, massage therapy, physiotherapy, and an in-house physician. At Hills and Valley, your health is our business.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
Though COVID-19 has affected many charity and non-profit organizations in Grenada, the act of giving back is not dampened, as some people still benefit from these groups. In this Rena Pear report, you'll hear from a mother who has been blessed by the Kiwanis Club.
Jolene Eno from the Sister Isle of Carriacou was overjoyed to be the recipient of several baby products as a gift for giving birth to a healthy baby girl on Independence Day. The gift was handed over by members of the Kiwanis Club Grenada. The initiative is done annually to welcome the first baby born on the date marked as Grenada's anniversary of independence. Eno spoke of how appreciative she is for the package, as which she said will go a long way, especially at this time.
Well, thanks to the universe for keeping us safe, because it was not an easy journey.
I had to chat our spray at 3 in the morning. I had to, you know, by the time I reached down to Grenada, it was already late, so the only alternative was to do a C-section. So thank you to the universe, we're safe and healthy and strong. So I feel honored, special to have my baby born on such a historic day, to have such a historic baby.
Public Relations Officer of the club, Petra George Smith, spoke of the initiative.
This is our 4th year actually doing this sort of initiative, and it has been going well so far. I think last year we would have awarded a young woman from St. Andrews area, and of course it has been going well. Very often we think sometimes mothers or new mothers do not deserve to be treated, but I think for us as the Kiwanis Club, we're all about children, we're all about their betterment, and of course having awarded a mother who can obtain any of these within this package here would be welcoming.
She also stated that this is one of the many projects that the organization has embarked on.
So far we've had many initiatives. We've had sports days and fun days for special students or children, should I say. We've reached out to mothers. We've had educational activities whereby we do training programs or after-school programs at the St. Andrews Anglican Secondary School, among many others.
For GBN News, I am Rena Pear reporting.
Great news indeed. Another week of activity has been planned by the Grenada Union of Teachers as they protest for government to honor its 4% salary increase due at the end of January. Details in this report.
Friday saw a resilient march through the city of St. George and Hillsborough, Carriacou, as teachers held placards riddled with jabs at government, which is yet to honor its promised 4% salary increase. President of the Grenada Union of Teachers, Marvin Andel, says this week will see a new range of action by the union as it amplifies its operation.
Today we are in union attire. Tomorrow we will have a mass meeting via Zoom. We would be meeting the media on Wednesday. We'll have a press conference and we would be wearing red. And another activity involving solidarity will be experienced on Friday.
Andel says Wednesday's press briefing will directly address the union's progress thus far. He says government remains mum to the unions despite the host of public issuances it has made surrounding the issue.
The fact is that our agreement was not brokered via GIS nor the public media. We reached agreement sitting in a room and discussing. And the fact that the government cannot meet its obligation, it has no other choice but to engage in a similar process as to this that had created the agreement in the first place.
I agree.
In fact, without even communicating officially to us from our last meeting, we are hearing public pronouncements being made, and the government went on and refused to pay.
The GUT president says government's remarks surrounding teachers being grateful that they are receiving salaries holds no grounds, as paying salaries is a commitment government has made to its workers rather than a granted favor.
The agreement was to have the payment at a time. The time reached, you didn't pay, and you gave no indication as to when you hope to pay. Only that you cannot pay, and it's as if it's and making comments as to suggest that we are fortunate to be receiving salary. Paying salaries is not the lottery. Paying salaries is not luck. It is a commitment, an obligation that the government has to provide salaries. And we don't have to feel lucky that we're receiving salary. The government has an obligation to provide salaries.
The president promised another major activity slated for this Friday, which he did not disclose. For GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
The RGPF has received a new motor scooter to assist with traffic congestion in the capital. Hubbard's donated a motor scooter to the traffic department to improve officers' ability to reach accident scenes in quick time against growing congestion in the parish of St. George. Inspector Randall Batiste, in charge of administration and operations at the traffic department, called the donation timely, saying it was much appreciated needed. He says if the department can rectify vehicular issues on time, this in most circumstances will improve the flow of traffic. The 125cc Hassan motor scooter will be used predominantly in the parish of St. George as an addition to the RGPF motorcycle fleet, allowing for quick and easy access through traffic, as well as providing a very economical means of transportation. Stay with us. The weather and sports up next.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Do you know what time it is? You guessed right, it's detox time again. At Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Purchase our 7-day cleansing pack for only $500. Includes everything you need for a complete total body cleanse. Cleanse your blood, kidney, liver, and colon. This cleanse will help you lighten up and get rid of the excess. Also available are our special product Detox Combo Pack for only $100. Try our single detox products starting from $40. Check us out now. Belmont St. George's, close to the Fall Edge area, or call us on 231-6642, 449-7753, or 418-7115. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. Detox, your way to health.
As a sales agent, I do my best and I'm pretty good at my job. As a son, I show mad love for my mom. I'm the cool uncle. There's a babysitter whenever my sister needs me. I'm in love and I make my boyfriend very happy. But because of the law, none of that matters if I'm gay.
Speak out against the discrimination of Grenadians based on sexual orientation. Support the repeal of Section 431. A message from ECAID. For more information, visit www.ecequality.org.
Will you see all of me?
Keeping an eye on the weather. This is GBN. We've got you covered.
As we look at tonight's weather, the minimum temperature is expected to be down to 23 degrees Celsius. Mostly fair at first and windy, increasing in cloudiness during light to moderate showers. Winds east-northeasterly to easterly at 15 to 25 miles per hour, gusting higher at times. Seas moderate to rough, waves 6 to 9 feet in open water. A marine advisory remains in effect. Tides are high at 7 p.m. and low at 1 a.m. It's definitely been very windy. On Tuesday, the weather is expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy and windy, with light to moderate morning and nighttime showers, fairer during the afternoon. And on Wednesday, hump day, mostly cloudy at first and windy with light to moderate showers, improving during the afternoon but increasing in cloudiness and showers overnight. And on Thursday, we're looking at partly cloudy and windy with light to moderate showers, increasing in cloudiness and showers during the night. Nice and cozy. That's it for your weather forecast right here on GBN News.
Good evening, sporting fans. I'm Trellona Charles. Chris Barnwell's maiden list 800 led Guyana Jaguars to a huge win over Jamaican Scorpions on Sunday night. It was their third consecutive victory and took them to the top of the table with 12 points. With Jaguars in trouble on 21 for 3 in the ninth over, Barnwell scored 107 off just 90 balls to rescue the innings. The career best knock surpassed his previous highest of 99 not out. Wicketkeeper Anthony Bramble followed up by smashing 69 from 49 balls, also the highest score of his List A career. Then lower order batsman Ramal Lewis hit a whirlwind 35 off 22 balls to help lift the Jaguars to an imposing 299 for 9 off their 50 overs. Andre McCarthy top scored with 48 from 55 balls. Captain Rovman Powell chipped in with 32 from 44, while Aldane Thomas scored 29, but the Jamaicans failed to build any meaningful partnerships and lost their second match of the tournament. Lindell Simmons made his 6th List A century as Trinidad and Tobago Red Force notched their second win of the 2021 CG Insurance Super 50 Cup on Saturday night at the Coolidge Cricket Ground. After bowling out the Windward Islands Volcanoes for 227, Red Force appeared to be in full control at 159 for 2 in the 30th over, after Simmons made an entertaining 102 off 114 balls. He hit 7 fours and 5 sixes to take the CJ Insurance Man of the Match award, as Red Force scored 28 for 6 off 45.3 overs to win by 4 wickets with 27 balls to spare. Simmons reached the milestone of 4,000 List A runs during his innings, but fell via the run-out route thanks to some excellent work from substitute Roland Cato. Man of the match Rakeem Cornwall took 4 wickets today, spurring West Indies to a nail-biting 17-run against Bangladesh inside 4 days to sweep the closely fought Test Series 2-0. The West Indies won the first Test in Chattogram by 3 wickets. Cornwall, who had 9 wickets in the match, took 4 for 105 as Bangladesh, chasing 231 for victory after bowling out the West Indies for 117, made 213 all out. Captain Craig Brathwaite 3 for 25 and Jomel Warrican 3 for 47 also played crucial roles as the Caribbean claimed their first away series win since 2017 and only their third in almost a decade. That's it for sports. Up next, Around the Globe. Tonight's probe around the globe takes us to the United Kingdom, where passengers arriving in the UK from 33 high-risk countries will now have to quarantine in a hotel for 10 days. The government says it is to help prevent the spread of highly contagious variants of COVID-19. But the policy, which came into force on Monday, is attracting criticism from the way it has been organized. A spokesman from London's Heathrow Airport warned of significant gaps in the implementation plan. Al Jazeera's Paul Brennan reports from London's Heathrow Airport, the UK.
In aviation terms, the UK's hotel quarantine plan has been on final approach for nearly 3 weeks now, and it was first announced back in mid-January. 10 days and 11 nights of enforced hotel quarantine now await anyone who has passed through one of the 33 countries on the government's red list. But London's Heathrow Airport said it had yet to receive what it called necessary reassurances. An airport spokesman warned of significant gaps in the implementation of the plan, and the union, representing some of the security staff, is equally concerned about the transfer process from airport to hotel.
What does that process look like? What PPE is going to be available for those workers? What is expected expected of those guards once they get to the hotels. Now, you have to bear in mind that these travellers, they're not in custody.
The UK government says its hotel quarantine plan amounts to decisive action against COVID-19. But even as the first arriving passengers go into enforced confinement, there is strong criticism of the way the policy is being operated and enforced. Inbound passengers need to show a negative test just to board an aircraft and pre-book 2 further tests for the days after arrival. Lying on a passenger locator form now carries a 10-year prison sentence. Ministers have spent the past week talking up the plan.
We have amongst the toughest border regimes anywhere in the world.
But doubts persist. Australian states introduced hotel quarantine in March 2020 and have learned tough lessons since then. Procedures on meal delivery times, ventilation, staff testing and protective masks have all evolved significantly. Yet the state of Victoria is now back under lockdown after an outbreak of the virus spread within this quarantine hotel. Australian infection experts say the UK needs to be ultra cautious.
I'm nervous about what I know about the UK system. It's good to know that smokers will not be allowed to leave their rooms, but they're still allowed to leave their rooms for exercise. We learned very much the hard way that that doesn't work.
The government says its policies are based on best practice. That may not be good enough. Paul Brennan, Al Jazeera, Heathrow Airport.
Myanmar's military has opened fire on a crowd of protesters in the second largest city of Mandalay, according to local media reports. The number of casualties is not yet clear. Earlier in the day, the deposed leader Aung San Suu Kyi's detention was extended by 2 weeks. Al Jazeera's Scott Hidler reports on the 10th consecutive day of nationwide protests.
There were soldiers and armored vehicles on the streets. Another tense night in Myanmar. But despite the security patrols and an internet blackout, protesters gathered for a 10th straight day. One group of the Civil Disobedience Movement, CDM for short, stood in front of the central bank in Yangon and continued with their calls for the military government to step down and the country's democratically elected leaders to be released.
We are protesting peacefully, without weapons and with no intention of violence, to call for CDM and fight for the freedom of government staff.
This as the military junta issued a statement on its Facebook page outlining the possible punishments for protesters, saying any act, spoken or written, that expresses or incites hatred of the government could lead to 20 years in prison. People gathered outside a court in the capital Naypyidaw, hoping that deposed civilian leader Aung San Suu Kyi would be released on Monday. Those hopes soon dashed.
According to the remand which was set, today is the last day of the remand period. But from the discussions with the district justice, the remand period is now until the 17th, not today.
Suu Kyi was one of the first to be detained in the early hours of the coup 2 weeks ago. She's been charged with illegally importing 6 walkie-talkie radios. According to a monitoring group, more than 400 people have now been detained since the February 1st coup. There's a vast range of people within that group, and that's of real concern for 23-year-old fortune teller Charlotte. A fellow Yangon fortune teller was arrested a few days ago after a video of him praying for the military to fail went viral.
Since they're dictators, they can make up whatever laws they like to oppress us. We astrologers are like birds in their hands. If they squeeze, we are dead. If they let us fly, we are free. This is the nature of dictatorship. And it's not just happening to us, it's everyone.
And that's probably why protesters are coming out in strength. The ruling National League for Democracy NLD party won by a landslide in last November's election and was extremely popular. Most see this move by the military as a nullification of their vote and their voice. Scott Heidler, Al Jazeera.
That's it for tonight's Probe Around the Globe. Stay with us for a recap of tonight's top stories.
Now, a recap of this evening's headlines. Police solved 10-year cold case. Andre John charged with manslaughter for the death of Bolio resident Derek John. Evan Smith's case adjourned to July 26 due to late presentation of case files. Police record 22 vehicular accidents and 1 gun-related incident between Friday and Sunday. A possible showdown between government and the Caribbean agro industries over price increase. In around the globe, new quarantine protocols enforced for visitors to the UK. And in sports, Guyana Jaguars versus Jamaican Scorpions and the Trinidad Red Force versus Windward Island Volcanoes CG as Super 50 matches continue. And not forgetting West Indies pull off a historic Test Series win. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN Television's Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Chrislyn Lashington. That's the news. We'll see you again. Good night.